EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Baltimore Ravens. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing is Jackson. Man open, that's Ja'Marr Chase complete. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 3rd and 4 now. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series you have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
And this offense has come out swinging here in the early going. They pick up a nice chunk on that pitch and catch, and the two of them have this offense moving in the right direction to start this game.
Now it's Jackson. And the ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Nowadays, this has become routine, hasn't it? That was a heck of a route there by the tight end. A great double move for a big-time catch downfield.
First down carry for Henry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. There on the tackle, Minkah Fitzpatrick. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
It'll go down as a gain of 6. And now it's 3rd and 4. Well, safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? And maybe a little play action here to go ahead and wait for the...
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 14 yards. And the Ravens will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Well, CD, that was a well-orchestrated drive by Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, and how about the way he capped it off, too? Orchestrate the drive, and then let everybody know exactly who the guy is on the field. You got to watch on every play. Finishes it off with a touchdown run.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And really a nice job there to make something out of that run. Sidestepping defenders for a pickup of 4.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
blitz. Smith catches left side. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That is a big fella. Nabi Madubuike forcing his way in. He comes up with a sack.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession. From the 35, here's 2nd and 3. As they've got it as we resume action. Henry again on 2nd down. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Again, it's Henry. And a good run here as he'll run it all the way down to the 40-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle. I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right out and right up the middle.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And that is incomplete here.
I like his awareness in the pocket there. Nowhere to go with the football. So instead of forcing it to the sideline, he's just going to put this one into the harbor and live to fight another down without getting wet.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Eagles are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Play action. Here's Hurts. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Mechie, the man in motion. Hurts sets up to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line.
Trenton Simpson firing in and sticking him for a loss. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Forced out to his left. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further as they get him down well short of the line to gain. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
That is able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
From the gun, it's Jackson.
Throw caught by Flowers.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Jackson.
Now he's loose at the 40.
And all the way down to the 25-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, there's no wind. It should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
To So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Well, the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half. 1 second, all that remains.
They'll throw now on the final play. And this will be incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter.
By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, trying to slow things down a little bit. This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Throwing is Hurts. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that will bring up 2nd down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 36. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
From the 33, here's 2nd down at 7.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens 28.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
the middle with Barkley. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Second down and 6 now. From the gun, it's Hurts. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on Monday Night Primetime. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the fourth quarter. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. The setup a throw. This is caught. Touchdown, Eagles. Jalen Hurts on target to Dallas Goedert. And the Eagles have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And, partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that big-time drive right there? If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there. They went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Well, he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Two things to watch. First, his strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
Second down, they go again with Henry.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a third and about 5.
Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Now Jackson. That is caught. And he will have a Ravens first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
And that pickup on a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Offensive contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, they'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Brings up second down at the 46-yard line.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. Their respective sidelines. We take a break. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it again with Henry. And he's going to be met at about the 43. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Inside handoff, Henry. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Now Jackson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
The Ravens send their punter out now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And now where will the side judge stop his block? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
Hurts and the Eagles now.
Down 10-7, 25 seconds remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Back to throw. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield.
Oh, but a great tackle there. Going to hold it to no gain as the clock runs.
Not good. They didn't move the football an inch, and precious time ticking off the clock. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end.
Well, it took us until the final play chart to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.
Just about set for football now at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Tonight, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Super Bowl champion, Philadelphia Eagles. It's the Philadelphia Eagles. We'll start at the 4. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as the tackle's made at the 35-yard line.
And his run game certainly didn't waste any time getting settled in. Nice job by the offensive line, displacing defenders at the point of attack, and allows the back to pick up a nice chunk to get this game rolling.
Off the play fake, Hurts. He finds Devontae Smith. And he'll be driven out of bounds, and that's a pickup of 8.
Devontae Smith. An 8-yard gain brings up second down at the 44-yard line.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 1. Now again to Barkley, running right. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
3rd and short. Hurts will throw. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And he will go all the way. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Terrific way to start this one, Greg, on the opening drive. Getting the ball in the air, down the field, and into the end zone for 6.
We wondered all week, Mike, if this secondary would get tested, especially as the game progressed. Well, we didn't have to wait very long. I mean, a big play early, and we got ourselves a 6-0 block.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 29-yard line.
On play action, here's Jackson. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. A Pro Bowler 4 years running, that is Max Crosby. Gets him for a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
And we've seen this time and time again. When this guy is in a groove like he is here, I mean, he's impossible to block. I mean, the offensive line, they've got to come up with a better plan to slow him down, or he's going to completely wreck this game.
He'll try to run for it. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a first down.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down. Like, you can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
Off the play fake, Jackson. He's going to let it go deep for Chase. And he can hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down. He was trying to get it to Jamar Chase. It's 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson. That's caught by Jefferson on the right side. Was brought down, and pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
On third down, Jackson. He's got a receiver. It's Chase. They get 15 on that game. Good for a Raven first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
That is left side and caught by Powell.
A 2-yard gain brings up second down at the Eagles' 37-yard line.
Jackson up top again. He's got his man, Jefferson. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. Raven football, quarter number 2 begins. And they've got it with 3rd and 6 coming up. Again, it's Jackson. He'll try and get there on the ground.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
Again, right up the middle to Henry. They will throw it a short gain to the 25. Jalen Carter out of Georgia makes the tackle.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
That's quickly out to Jefferson. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
On 1st and 10, Jackson. That's to the outside. He's got Jefferson.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
2nd down and 3. Play action now. Jackson. He's going to run it. Try and run for this with Henry. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half.
That's a really nice job up front, clearing the lane, pick up the first down. Now, didn't get in the end zone, but now you got a fresh set of downs to try to punch it in.
A chance here to draw level before the break. It's 1st and goal. Henry is in. Touchdown, Baltimore.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down to score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score in the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
1 possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Devontae Smith there to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready now for their second drive. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Now he'll run it. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Flush to his left. He'll run again. And Hurts wisely going to slide after he's picked up the 1st down.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up the big gain.
And he will take this into the end zone. What a run! Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Eagles. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. Well, they were not hiding anything there. The quarterback takes off, and Greggy takes it the distance for the touchdown.
And this was a run from the jump, Mike. There was no disguising anything. There was 10 guys blocking and 1 guy running. And in this case, it's the quarterback taking it in for 6.
Still a little time. Final minute of this 1st half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. They'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense going to take over here in the last minute of this 1st half. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. The shotgun, here's Jackson. He'll find Chase, that's complete. Now the Ravens use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining until halftime.
At the 30-yard line.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Jackson. This throw right is taken in by Fox. And he's going to have the 1st down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
So there's a saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
Jackson now to throw on first down. He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson. He's taken down just shy of midfield. Now timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their second. But we'll stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
48-yard line.
A couple of first downs, and the football's out to the 48-yard line as they come up first and 10. That's caught. Derrick Henry. The Ravens now going to use their final timeout, as that'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Brings up second and 3 at the Eagles' 44-yard line.
Second down, they need 3. To the air one more time with Jackson. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. On the return, it's Keaton Mitchell. Oh! The Ravens offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Here's Lamar. He'll keep it on the zone read. And he maneuvers his way forward. A gain of 6.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
From the 33, here's second and 4. It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. A gain there of 21. First down, Baltimore.
When this offense is really in gear, Mike, a lot of it is because of the ability of Lamar Jackson running the football. He is what makes this thing go, and you can see why.
Now Jackson, this a design run. And he's going to go into the end zone on an electrifying run. Lamar Jackson, touchdown Ravens.
There's a lot of teams around the league, Mike, that are very hesitant to design plays that call for their quarterback to run with the ball. There's a lot of factors at play that go in whether the play is successful or unsuccessful. Well, here, all those factors lined up perfectly because he got the right look, made the right decision. Next thing you know, he's in the end zone for 6.
We are all square, 14 apiece the score as this one's away. Here's Smith to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They've been able to move the ball with relative ease. Their first couple of possessions, both ending in touchdowns, but still they find themselves tied as they start with the ball again here on first down. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. They converge on him quickly. They'll only get a couple. Jair Alexander up from the secondary to make the stop.
Brings up second and 8.
Ball on the 27. Here's second and 8. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Pass caught. It's John Mechie. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
On first and 10, it's Barkley. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. Malachi starts there for the stop.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Third down, they need 5. To throw is Hurts. That's a short one. Up by Goddard. 2 receptions for him on this drive. This one good for 16 yards.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on third down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all. So we are through 3. And Monday Night Primetime continues after this. Ball on the 40 now. Here's second down and 9. Throwing is Hurts. A short throw taken in by Goddard. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
Now it's Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's fourth down.
Well, when you call a screenplay, of course, you're looking to catch the defense off guard and pick up a chunk play. You're not thinking you're actually going to find yourself going backwards, because that's exactly the case here, and really nice job by the defense sniffing that one out.
This one has plenty of leg, and it is good. And they take the lead here in the fourth quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. he steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the fourth quarter.
So they lead by 3 here in this fourth quarter. Now have to turn it over to the defense as they kick it off. On the return, it's Mitchell. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he shows off those strong legs running through one tackle. Give him a gain of 8.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Max Crosby getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6, and it's 3rd down.
You can tell the quarterback has built a lot of confidence in his ability to make plays today with his feet. The defense has had a hard time keeping him in check, and this time, much better job in pursuit. Even though he was able to get outside the pocket, they were able to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Running money up to a whole nother level. I don't know no better. When I got Richard E.
They'll drop to throw. There's Jefferson. And he's going to be taken down. And that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Raven 1st down.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
He keeps it himself. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
A pass pulled in by Henry. Now the Ravens use their 1st timeout. The stoppage comes with just over a minute to play in this one.
32-yard line.
Now 2nd and 4. From the gun, Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their 2nd. As they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Here is 1st and goal. Here's Jackson. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Jackson now on second down. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Here's Smith to return it. He'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. So now it's Jalen Hurts and the Eagles trailing 21-17. 20 seconds to go. They need a touchdown. Field goal is worthless now as they come up with 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Well, it's safe to say this offense now is entering desperation mode. They have such a long way to go with such little time to do it. You're thinking chunk plays, get out of bounds. You have to stop the clock and continue to pick up as much yardage as you can to, at the very least, be in position to take one Hail Mary shot to the end zone.
He's got his tight end Goddard working the middle of the field. So the Eagles use their first time out here, and they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ballgame. This crowd into it now. It's 3rd and 2. Throwing is Hurts. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And they'll quickly signal for timeout. It's not looking good, but at least they're going to have one final play. Maybe a miracle can get them down to the end zone. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Now, Hurts. That's taken in right side by Goddard. He'll be out of bounds. Decent pickup of 5 on 1st down.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Here we go. One final play. And it'll go right back to Goddard. He's got it again. So it's a win here for the Ravens. They proved much the best in this one. Got a solid performance in all 3 phases of the game. Ride back to victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Ravens are victorious as we say so long from Baltimore. A look there at M&T Bank Stadium, just off the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Tonight, a good one coming your way in the AFC. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. On the return, it's the rookie Xavier Worthy. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. He'll run with the former 7th-round draft pick, Isaiah Pacheco. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a very quick first down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
Mahomes down on second down. We'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
The motion man here is McLaurin. On third down, Mahomes. He's got a man. It's McLaurin. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Get into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Travis Kelce, the intended target. And it'll bring up second down.
His offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd. And even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. They can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes. It's going to go a long way to settle on themselves into this game.
They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. That one way too slow in developing. They rally to the ball, they get the man, and it's no gain.
It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive linemen to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers in secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all 3 levels played disciplined, good football with good vision. That's why they're able to stop him for no gain.
Scrambling. The ball comes out. One of the Ravens has it. Inside the 20. And he rumbles his way into the end zone. The fumble recovery. And the great return for the touchdown. Greg, what a terrible play for the offense. You're trying to gain some momentum. Here you not only lose the handle of the ball, you hand the defense 6 points.
And Mike, how often do we see that when a player loses the ball, his confidence is not far behind? And I think in this case, that's where the coaching comes in. Put your arm around it. Hey, we're giving you the ball in this next possession. We believe in you. They've got to get this player back into the flow of the game after that back-breaking turnover that led to the defensive touchdown.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. It's Xavier Worthy on the return. Crazy. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. Let's see if they can bounce back from the early mistake. That fumble a moment ago returned for a touchdown. The offense gets it back. 1st and 10. On the ground to start the drive with Pacheco.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains. They're nothing fancy. But they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Here's Mahomes. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Certainly not how they drew it up for his first catch of the game, but he's on the board, and I think the hope is continue to go his way, and next time, let's try to pick up some yards.
Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. Down the field, but it falls incomplete. Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one. And now it's 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
This brought in out past the 20. And good coverage by Putty. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. From 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Jackson fires complete to Flowers. And he won't get away. Good overfield tackle there to get him down behind the line. So we've played 1 quarter here on a Monday night. 7-0 is our score. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. Raven football, quarter number 2 begins. They've got it 2nd down and 12 to go. The shotgun, here's Jackson. And that'll go for a gain of 7. Gonna set up 3rd down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So anytime you find yourself in 3rd and long, it's hard to really be unpredictable as a play caller because the defense knows it's most likely going to be a pass. They understand where the down and distance markers are, and there's really nowhere for him to go with the ball, and he has to throw it away.
And they'll take over there. The Chiefs offense ready to get back at it. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Here's Wilson getting on the pop pass. Oh, he's going nowhere. Knocked down hard in the backfield.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical. The truth is, Mike, they just aren't getting the push they need up front. This defense has been a motivated group these last couple plays, and now for the second straight time, they failed to even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
After losses on the last 2 run plays, they face 3rd down and 14. A quick slant that is caught by Kelce. A gain of 15. Well done. Facing 3rd and 14, they pick it up.
Really nice job here by the tight end, understanding that if you're not open, get open. And if you are open, stay open. He found a nice void in the zone on the backside of the defense, friendly to the quarterback. Nice pickup.
Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. He kept waiting for that cutback lane to develop. It never did. He's tackled right at the line of scrimmage.
That's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd down at the 40-yard line.
Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he's going to be taken down as we hit 2-minute warning here in this first half. First time they've looked his way tonight. Good time to do it. It's a 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Right side, catch made by McLaurin. And he will be out of bounds right around the 35. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another 1st down.
You find yourself in these 2-minute drills, Mike. They're pretty critical moments in the game. They go a long way to deciding the outcome. So it makes a lot of sense. You start looking for your top target, and he comes through for him there.
Throw on the move is caught. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 15. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike, this is one of those times where you really see the evolution of the tight end position, right? It's not the days of just go past the 1st down, turn around, catch it, and fall. We see so many guys around the league that with the ball in their hand, they're almost more running back than they are tight end.
Out of bounds after a pickup of 3.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
To the air once more, it's Mahomes. It is brought in the end zone. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Chiefs. Greg, it's one of those, sometimes you got to feel like you know where the ball's going to go, and the defense knows it too, but it still ends up in that guy's hands for the touchdown.
Absolutely, Mike. In these critical situations, like down here in the red zone, it's players, not plays. It doesn't matter what you drop on the board. You say, okay, who's my best player? Put him in a good matchup, let him go win, and give him a chance. That's exactly what they do here, and I think we're going to see a lot of this the rest of the game.
Valuable lesson, man. I had to grow up. That's why I never ask for help. I do it for you and do it for myself. I go 0 to 1 real quick.
We're on top, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense about ready to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Jackson. That one finds Chase. Now the Ravens use their first timeout.
An 8-yard gain brings up second down at the 34-yard line.
Second and a yard. Jackson looking to throw. He's going to keep it himself. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their second. And they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They'll come up here, first and 10. Jackson. Looking into the middle, there's Flowers. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
The Ravens now going to use their final timeout. Clock to stop for 26 seconds until the break.
Brings up second down at the Chiefs' 32-yard line.
They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5. From the gun, Jackson. That's caught. Derrick Henry. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
That's good for another Baltimore Raven. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Final play of the half. Jackson. That is caught. And a critical tackle there. They're getting close to scoring. Instead, they get nothing. Time has run out. This first half has come to an end. A touchdown apiece. 7-7 the score as we begin half number 2. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, first and 10. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. And he'll take this to about the 28. Linebacker Fred Warner brings him down.
Gain of a yard. Brings up second down at the 28-yard line.
They'll come up on a second down and 8. Play action now. Jackson. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
So I don't hate the decision, Mike, but it just feels like he put a little too much air on that ball. It just took that ball way too much time to get to the open receiver. And when you hang a ball that long, the defenders at this level are just going to break and attack on that ball. And he's lucky that didn't end up going back the other direction. And there was nothing exotic about that. I mean, they were just able to generate pressure without having to bring an extra rusher. And this offense now finds themselves staring at fourth down as a result.
Ravens bring their punt team out as he's on to punt for the second time. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Chiefs offense getting ready for their Opening possession of this second half. Low-scoring game, all tied. Third quarter, and a touchdown here could go a long way. See if they can get it on this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pacheco. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
I can promise you that is not how he wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. A short one caught by Kelsey. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. The future Hall of Famers connect. Mahomes to Kelsey one more time for a Chiefs first down.
They do a really nice job of picking up the pressure, and that's what allows him to have the time to go through his entire progression. He sees his check down wide open, gets the ball into his hands, and
the pressure, too much, and he goes down. That's the 4-time All-Pro Myles Garrett in there to drop him that time. It's a loss of 7.
Impressive play by the defensive end here, Mike. It's his technique. It put him in position to not only make the play, but it's that closing speed that's allowed him to finish it off.
Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. Catch made, right side by Wilson. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. That one good for 26 yards.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Well, nothing doing here, and I think you can see pretty early on. Now, while he's trying to remain patient and see if a hole pops, it's just too slow of a developing play. He never gets into the teeth of the defense at all and ends up being taken down for a loss.
On 2nd down, Mahomes. A quick slant on the money to the floor. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. 15-yard pickup there. Good for a Chiefs first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. Back with more Monday Night Football after this. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They go play action with Mahomes. A whole lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So I'm not really sure if that would have mattered, Mike. I don't think they were going to have enough to pick up the first down either way. But at least if that ball's completed, 3rd down's just a little bit more manageable. Because now after the incomplete, they find themselves in 3rd and pass.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
Big moment for a guy who's made some big kicks in his career, Harrison Butker. This to take the lead here in the 4th. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they take the lead here in the fourth quarter.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So they lead by 3 here in this fourth quarter. Now have to turn it over to the defense as they pick it up. On the return, it's Mitchell. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Ravens offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Into the familiar hands of Justin Jefferson. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18.
When you find yourself trailing here late in the game, decision-making is critical. Not only is he able to extend the drive by picking up the first down with his legs, great job by the quarterback understanding, get out of bounds, stop the clock, save as much time as possible as they try to make a comeback.
And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. Double as good there. They get the first down and save a timeout.
All right, Mike, so the way they teach these screenplays to the offensive lineman is you got to stop the defender's feet. You just don't want him to get a free, clean rush to the quarterback because you're so worried about getting out in front of the back. Make him start his rush over again before you slip out. The ball gets dumped right over the rusher's head. Bang, now you're in the open field.
He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Yeah, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
He's into space past the 25. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. That screen goes for 12. And that's a first down.
Here in the fourth quarter, you just can't predict how many possessions you have left, so you can't let any of them go to waste. So far, this has been a fantastic drive. It's a drive that they desperately needed. They continue to throw the ball like that. They got a chance to take a lead.
Going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. 12 was nice last time, so they did it again. Another 12-yard pickup and another first down. They'll drop to throw. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Baltimore. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
So now playing with the lead. lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Here comes Worthy to return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to take over once again. They'll start out first down and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He'll get that to Wilson. And he'll wind up getting about 7 yards as he is forced out of bounds.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
They come up for 2nd and 2. The RPO, they'll get it to Brown. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot.
And now after that big completion, Mike, they can't panic yet. They're not into the mode where they're in desperation. They have 2 timeouts in their back pocket. Take a deep breath. Get your best first down play call to your quarterback. A field goal's not going to do it. They got to think touchdown all the way.
Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts. And they'll get together prior to this second down play.
At the 50-yard line.
Throwing again, it's Mahomes. And out to Brown, right side, complete. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. Double as good there. They get the first down and save a timeout. 18 yards on the pickup there and a first down. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. Brown, he's got it again. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time, and it'll lead to a second down.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. And when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. For that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts. The stoppage comes just over a minute to play in this one. Now, 1st and goal. Here's Pacheco. Down to the 4. It'll be 2nd and goal. Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
And what a fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy taking over the game.
Ravens 14.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So now it's Lamar Jackson and the Ravens down 17-14. A little over 30 seconds remain. They need at minimum a field goal as they come up with 1st and 10. The shotgun, here's Jackson. That's downfield, and he's got Andrews, his tight end. Now the Ravens use their first timeout, and they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining on the clock.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
2 timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. Jackson now. Right back to Andrews. He's got another one. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their 2nd. And the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the ballgame. Here is 1st and 10. Now, Jackson. The middle of the field. That's taken in by Chase. The Ravens now going to use their final timeout. The clock will stop with an even 20 seconds to go.
At the 30-yard line.
So on is Tyler Loop in a big spot. This to potentially send us to overtime. This one is on target, and it is good. They have tied things up here in the final minute.
And that's just a big-time kick right there. I mean, think about all the things running through this kicker's head. He knows if he misses it, this game's over. But he's cool. He's calm. He steps up, takes a deep breath, and he knocks it through to extend this game.
So, not much time remaining to get something started. All tied here, late 4th as the kickoff comes. This one crushed. It's over the back line of the end zone. Touchback, and the ball's coming out to the 35. The Chiefs' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. This game level following the made field goal. So they need to put something together here. It begins with 1st and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. On 1st down, it's Mahomes. On target, got it to McClure. The Chiefs will use their 3rd and final timeout here. Stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line.
They'll come up now for 2nd down. The motion man here is McClure. Mahomes now on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Chiefs.
4 quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. On the return, it's Mitchell. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense headed back to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Going to keep it himself. He'll take this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. Now a first throw here in overtime. Looking into the middle, there's Flowers. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. Jackson on target to Flowers, and it's a Baltimore first down.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of, because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup, and get a fresh set of downs.
To the left side, caught by Chase. He's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Jackson up top again. That is left side and caught by Powell. And he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, but now it's 3rd down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They'll try and run for this with Henry. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15. They get an even 20 on that one. First down, Baltimore.
3rd down and short. You decide to hand the ball off. What you're really telling yourself is just pick up enough yards to reset these downs. But in this case, the back had a whole lot more in mind. He saw the crease, and he hit it, and it led to a big gain.
He's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their 2nd.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. From the gun, Jackson. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route. And then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
And on third down, that ball incomplete. Sauce Gardner, as good as they come. There to knock that one away.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on fourth down? Did they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3? Of course they would have loved to finish this with a touchdown, of course. But this is the next best thing. You come out here in overtime, you get the early lead going up by 3, and now you put it on your defense. Can they come up with one stop to win this football game?
So, the opening drive of overtime yields 3. Can the opponents respond? They receive the kickoff now. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. So, here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. Now pass deep for McLaurin. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. Picked off by the safety, Xavier McKinney. And the Ravens are going to win the football game. So it's a win here for the Ravens. This is a close-fought game. They were able to get themselves into field goal range here at OT. Final kick. They're through the uprights to finally close out this victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olsen. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious as we say so long from Baltimore.